Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are going to be doing something quite controversial. We're going to be taking the top 10 degrees, the most popular ones in the UK, and we're going to be ranking them into a tier list. Now, this is a requested video, and soon, like we did with the universities, there's going to be a live stream talking and basically letting you guys rank the university degrees in order from best to worst. So stay tuned for that live stream coming very soon. And as ever, guys, this is just my opinion. Okay, so first up, we're on the complete university guide, and we're taking a look at the top 10 most popular courses in the UK before we get into the tier list. From the people I know, I would say that the most popular degrees have to be, well, obviously economics, because I mainly know economics people. Then maybe something like computer science. Then psychology. A lot of people did psychology, law, and in fifth, maybe. What did everyone do at university? What had the biggest building on campus? What had the most funding? Maybe medicine, medicine stuff. So let's take a look at the top 10 most popular courses in the UK, apparently, according to UCAS data. So, this is literally for 2021 because it was made in December 2020. So, number 10 is management studies. Areas of business, hospitality, tourism. Okay, yeah, I don't really know too many people that do management studies, but fair enough. Number 9, business with some other studies. Yeah, business courses are huge. They're so wide as well, like it says. Number 8, medicine. Number 8, medicine. I thought medicine would have been a lot higher. 7, sports and exercise science. Preclinical medicine. 5, design studies. Who does design studies? I barely know anybody, maybe 1 or 2 people that do design studies. 4th, computer science. Yeah, expected that. 3rd, law. Expected that. Law is so popular. 2nd, psychology. Wait, where's economics? Economics surely isn't the most popular course in the UK. And first is nursing. Okay, that's a surprise. Economics is not even on the top 10. I thought economics would be a very popular course. Very surprised about nursing being the most popular course in the UK. I mean, there was a nursing department at my uni, but it was very small back in York days. No surprise that drama school was not on the top 10. So the tier list is up with the top 10 most popular courses in the UK, plus economics because I did economics. And I'm going to be ranking them A star to D based on things like my opinion of how fun they are, how useful they are, how fun the lectures are, and the graduate prospects in terms of career and money. Now, I should say that my rankings are going to be based on very, very informal data, because I've never done a lot of these subjects, so I only know what people have told me, what I've read online. I only know that the people that I've met in the club back in the day, and they was talking about, design studies. I don't have too much information that's official on these subjects. So yeah, it's nothing official. Like, I would not at all base what course you do on this tier list video. This is just my opinion based on my historical interactions with people in these courses and my knowledge of them. So first up, computer science. Now, I tried to switch to this course on clearing, and York said, no, you can't do that. Thank goodness I didn't. Now, I like the idea of computer science. I personally think that it's going to be at the forefront of the world going forward, and it kind of already is with all this stuff. I think the work is a bit hard. I know my friends who do computer science at Leicester, Sheffield, they were saying how tough it was. They did well, but it's no joke. Like, this will hurt your eyes from the straining you're going to be doing on the screen, so it's not going to get an A star. The prospects going forward, you're always going to be in a job, so I'm going to give computer science an A. Next up, it's going to start getting controversial, I know, design studies. So for me, when I think of design studies, I'm thinking DT, making stuff, building stuff, being an architect. And I think the architecture side of things is very cool. You design a building, you see it get built. That's pretty cool. I imagine it's quite a fun degree to do. So that's kind of pushing up here in terms of fun. I also question if there's enough jobs in design studies areas to cope with the huge popularity of the course. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a C. Economics, I'm super biased on economics. My channel is built on me doing economics at university. I think it's a great subject. It's got good prospects. Big up, big up, big up. But then again, is it really an A star? And the reason why I'm not going to give economics an A star is because if you look at other subjects like biology, like science, they get such good value for money. They get more contact hours. They're in the office doing practicals. They're importing fish and dissecting them. That's fun. That's cool. That's good value for money. All I did with economics was sit in the lecture hall and have PowerPoint slides for 3 years. What would I want to see? I don't know, but I want to see something a bit more practical than just PowerPoint slides. And for that reason, I was thinking about putting it on par with computer science. But then computer science, right, once you leave university, you have these practical skills in terms of it. You can go and make something, you can go and code something. With economics, I love this subject. I think it's one of the most useful subjects that has changed my outlook on life. But then again, I have nothing to show for it. I can't go and make anything with my economics knowledge. I can use the knowledge, but I can't build or make anything like you can with computer science and design studies. But then it's completely shaped every decision I've made in my life. It's changed the way I think. It's inspired me. It's made me more business savvy. It's allowed me to become a better investor. So there are practical uses of it, just not ones that you can show for. So I'm going to give it an A alongside computer science. Speaking on economics, because I did do it, some of the concepts were very fun, some were very boring, some were very useful, some were super abstract. Some of the information we learnt about would only be used if you went down a very specific career path. But I think when I look back on my time at economics, I would not change it for anything. Law. It's a tough one. One of the most popular degrees in the UK and probably worldwide. I feel like the inspiration for me, I just think like, yeah, wouldn't it be cool to be like one of them CSI detectives, you know? That's what law's about. And I know every person that studies law would ridicule me for saying that, because I know there's so much more to law than just criminal law or that sort of side of law. Apparently, you know, most law, but people say, you know, you end up often doing tax, accounting, business battles, being private advisors, not the sort of detective stuff that often inspires younger ones to be lawyers. I know that the law books always take up all of the library because they're so old and big, and I'm sure there's like thousands of books in the library all for law in Sydney when I went to University of Sydney and Australia. Like in Sydney, they had a dedicated law library, and I probably about 3 times in my whole time of being in the law library, I saw somebody walk up to the bookshelf and actually take a law book off the shelf and use it. Why do law books take up so much space in libraries but nobody used them? Maybe people do use them and I've just missed it. But I think the prospects of being a lawyer are very good. But then I think, you know, how much reading you have to do and how much hard work it is, and it kind of moves back down. But then I think about the people that I knew that did law were all very cool and fun and some of my really good friends. So it starts moving back up. And already it's back on the A tier. And I feel like if you look at this A tier right now, if you was going to choose 3 people to start a startup with, you would probably ideally have someone from the economics background, computer science background, and law background. Okay, we're probably going to need to start cranking through these because, as always, I'm taking a lot of time. Anyway, medicine. I love biology. I think biology is such good value for money. I think it's a very prominent field where there's always people in need of care, and there's a lot of work out there for medicine. So it's a long 10-year process sometimes to get fully qualified, and you have to be ready for that long ass grind, because I tell you what, I could not do that grind that many doctors do. But then you look at the pay and the reward afterwards and it's huge. So, you know, it's really floating in these top 3, I'd say. But I think for the 10-year or 8-year or 6-year, I think for the actual time you spend studying, for me personally, I wouldn't like that. So I'm going to have to put it on a B. While I think the course is good value for money, it's so practical, it's so cool. I like doctors. Everybody in medicine was very cool. But it's just the time is a killer for me. Nursing, the most popular degree in the UK. I think the nurses had a football team at York University. I never really met anyone from nursing. I don't know anybody who's doing nursing. I don't really know much about the course. Give it a B. I'll put it online with medicine. Psychology, I believe it's a very girl-dominated subject. I think it's a very stereotypical subject. I'm fascinated by the brain and psychology and how the mind works. So for me personally, I think it's a very, very interesting subject. Going forward, I'm not sure about the graduate prospects and stuff like that, but the people that seem to do it are very cool. I like them, good fun, always out and about. But then again, I wonder about the practicality of it going forward. How much do you have to show for after the 3 years? Whereas you look at, you know, nursing, medicine, computer science, you got a lot to show for it. Psychology, you got a lot of knowledge, and there's a lot of stats in psychology. Like, I remember I was in stat support for doing my economics dissertation, and I was sitting there like, oh my goodness, state is so hard, regressions, oh god. And then the psychology gang just rock up and are like busting out these mad statistical reports for their dissertation. I was like, oh, psychology actually looks kind of hard, you know. Preclinical medicine, I'm going to chuck it along with medicine, nursing, and I was a big fan of biology in school. And for that reason, you know, although despite dropping it in year 12 because I got an E, I still liked it. Management studies, I'm just slightly confused on what management is. Business management, but that will come under business studies. I don't know anybody, I feel like economics degrees offer more valuable skills than management studies. But obviously management studies is very specialized. I'm going to leave that on the same line as design studies. I'm not biased. Anything with studies in is just going on there. Business studies. I like business. Always been a big fan of business. Loved it in school. I feel like people say that economics is the upgraded business studies. And if I didn't get the grades to do economics, I definitely would have tried to study business. I had a few friends that switched from economics to business studies during my time at university because I think it was a bit easier. It's got a good, cool people, good practical skills. It's not too hard, not too strenuous. Quote unquote, somebody told me who switched, piss easy compared to economics. And yeah, but obviously then the downside is you don't get as good a... it's good to be worked hard at university when you're doing your degree because you are paying for it. So the smarter you get and the harder you're working, the better value for money. And that's the only qualm with business studies. Does it provide that? I haven't done it, can't say. Sports science, it's not really for me. I think obviously it's very cool. And if you could work closely with automation, robotics, coding, sports science is very, very useful. I think if you love athletics, you love football and stuff like that, being a sports scientist would be very cool. But you can see here, we've completed the tier list of the top 10 most popular degrees in the UK plus economics. And I think that none of them quite deserve an A star. I don't know what degree deserves an A star. Maybe you could let me know in the comments down below in terms of value for money and all these other things and practicality. And I don't think any degree warrants a D because all of these ones here, you are getting a specific set of skills. So let me know what you guys think of this. I'll be doing a video on this again very soon, a live stream. So stay tuned, subscribe, leave a like, and...
All up in my head, that's how I behave. Passing up the same, waking up the same. All up in my head, that's just how I behave. How I behave.